God, man, has no one ever been like punched in the face like before? Like, it is what it is. What it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like it was straight up violence. Yo guys, it's your boy Fabian back again with another video, and today we have a video from the Philippines, and we are checking out, well, made by CashualChuck, who you guys know. It's the SB19 and ShowBT situation is worse than you think. So I had no idea about this, but I recently reacted to episode 6, which was Kings, I think it was called, that CashualChuck made about like that little documentary thing that he makes on SB19. So if you haven't checked out my reactions to that, I've done all the episodes, so make sure you check that out after. But it was a little topic that came out in that video that had to do with the issues they had like with ShowBT. So yeah, their finances are all over the place because of it, and just like copyright infringement and just all of that stuff, man. You know what I mean? Like just naming rights and whatnot. So I'm gonna check this out just to get a bit more information about it. So yeah, it's interesting. But before we check it out, make sure you subscribe down below, press the bell notification button down below so you can be the first to know when I upload. Check out my channel because there's a lot of Filipino reactions there. There's a lot of SB19 content there, and keep an eye out because I upload every single day. But let's stop the talking and crack on with the video. The SB19 and ShowBT situation is worse than you think. Filipino reaction, let's go.
I'm sure that most of you guys know that this happened. The P-Pop Kings seem to be facing current issues regarding the use of their name as SB19. Fans have recently observed alterations on their social media accounts and promotional materials, notably the absence of the name SB19. And on top of that, they have been doing last-minute concert cancellation.
Can I just say, that's actually nuts here. They're literally called SB19. So if they had to remove SB19 from like all their socials, well, like, what are they? Do you know what I mean? Like SB19 is their name. Like, that's crazy in itself.
Just left and right, leaving fans sad, disappointed, and even confused. So I decided to make this video in order to help those people who don't have time to piece everything together and understand the situation through my perspective. I don't offer any new information. I'm simply sharing what I think happened and the things that led to all this. A lot of fans think it's all about corporate greed. For me, it could be a lot deeper than that. Now to my haters, I'm sure you're about to cry out again and say something like, stop speculating and spreading panic in the fan. Shut the fuck up. Thousands of creators across different platforms already.
Oh, okay. So CashualChuck has a bit of a feisty side. I didn't know it. I like it, mate. I like it. Do you know what I mean? But man, there's always going to be people hating anyway. But look, end of the day, he's giving his opinion. It's speculative, he said it at the start. So yeah, even me giving my opinion, I'm basing it on this. So if anything's wrong, it's wrong. Do you know what I mean? It's not my fault.
Talked about this, so please stop singling me out, you clowns, okay?
Feisty.
Alright, let's start from the beginning.
Let's go.
Nathan Robin left his popular Korean group to build his own company called ShowBT. When he went to the Philippines, he established ShowBT Philippines with Charles Kim reporting under him. That's when SB19 was formed. After a slow start, they managed to break out with their Go Up Dance Practice video. This allowed them to fund more projects like their nationwide concert and the new Alab music video. The momentum was very positive until the pandemic happened. Their nationwide concert got cancelled and almost all of their Korean staff went back to Korea, leaving SB19 with nothing to do.
By the way, how annoyed and how pissed must you be? Like, you're literally about to take off and do this, yeah? And then all of that happened and everyone's indoors and whatnot. Now, it had its pros, obviously, but if their tours and concerts are getting cancelled, yeah, they'd probably be in panic at that point.
Instead of doing nothing, Pablo decided to write Ikako with the help of Josh, Stel, Justin, and Kat. They didn't have any assistance from other people. They recorded on their own and edited the music video themselves using a website with free stock footage. The song surprisingly became a hit because it was so relatable. This became proof that SB19 can in fact do things on their own. Their independence would then become even more apparent in their following projects like the Hanggang sa Huli music video and most especially the What music video, which really showed their capability given their full creative freedom. The Pagsabol EP was the same story. SB19, especially Pablo, were all over the project, and again it was a huge hit. The way things looked at this point, everybody seemed to be pretty happy with the current situation. SB19 keeps making music, while ShowBT Philippines organizes everything for them while reaping the benefits of investing in them at the beginning. But things would start to take a turn for the weird when SB19 performed Wyatt in their Our Zone concert back in November 2021. Why do I call it weird? Well, it's because we won't hear the song again until after almost a year. The song was officially released on September 2, 2022. So why would a song this good take so long to get released? Fans started speculating and some started...
Okay, what does this say? You know what? SB19 are slowly losing all these stands because we are music deprived. Yeah, our hype slowly dying is not good at all. If you think we're a big family, you're doomed because we are. Listen, yeah, turns out they took a bit of a break with that song, didn't play it. We'll see why now.
Blaming the company. Little did they know that around this time was also the time that SB19's individual contracts with ShowBT were on the verge of expiring. This was also around the time when Tatang Robin sold ShowBT Philippines to Charles Kim. Rumor has it that it was actually SB19's decision to delay the release of the song because they were just waiting for Ken's contract to run out so that they could release the song under their own secret company at the time. Ken was the last member to join the group, so it only makes sense for his contract to end last. So when the song got finally released, boom! 1Z Entertainment. Here's another one. And another one. When their ShowBT contracts expired, SB19 went on to make music on their own with one...
Do you know what's actually crazy? And I mentioned this when I reacted to episode 6, right? People think, right, that when it comes to like social media, so whether that be like YouTube and just like content that people push out, right? Especially at this level, right? So now we're talking about like companies that are worth millions and billions and whatnot, right? These artists that everyone loves here, yeah, they make a lot of money and they're doing what they love and everyone like puts them on this pedestal and like they're like, oh, what a life these are. Well, there's like a million people like behind the scenes that are taking a little bit of that pie, right, of that SB19 pie at this moment in time, yeah. And you know what? They get left with the smallest amount. The people who everyone loves, the people who are putting in the work, the people who are making music and like spending hours and hours like practicing the dance moves and whatnot and perfecting it so they go on stage and on tour and whatnot, they probably end up with the least. Why? Just because of the amount of people that are there involved, like contracts, all of that, yeah. It's actually crazy. And that's the same with like athletes as well. They make a lot of money, but others make a lot of money. So it's actually crazy at that level, honestly.
1Z Entertainment. They were finally free, or so they thought. Recently, SB19 stopped using their group name without giving any explanation. They still did most of their shows, but it was very obvious that the name SB19 was pretty absent.
This has been Pablo, Josh, Sel, Ben, Justin. This has been Pablo, Josh, Sel, Ben, Justin. This is our home. This is our show.
So you see there, it kept saying Ken SB9. Now I wonder if like they couldn't use SB19, right? I wonder if they went SB9 and stopped there, would you still get in trouble? Interesting. Technically no, you know what I mean? Legally no. So yeah, but interesting, man. Very fascinating watch.
Without any official statement, fans started investigating and arrived at the unanimous take that SB19 might have been served a cease and desist order by their previous company ShowBT for still using the SB19 name after leaving the company. Fans went furious and started calling ShowBT and the people behind it greedy without knowing the entire story. So I want to approach this as neutral as possible. If it was really about greed, then SB19 leaving can also be called greedy because they will no longer share a cut to the company that invested in them. If you put yourself in Charles Kim's situation, you pretty much just spent millions to buy a company only to be left by its biggest group with nothing in return. If you think about it, that is not a very good feeling at all. I think that's one of the most possible motives that led to all this. But why would SB19 want to leave in the first place? If you ask me, I don't really know. But a lot of fans seem to suggest that there's some form of artist maltreatment happening behind the scenes, both physically and verbally. In this particular event back in 2019, Josh was just saying hello to the fans when he suddenly gets shoved into the abyss. Let's see it again. The man who did it is none other than Charles Kim. Some people call it normal, but a lot of fans were saying it was completely unnecessary. What do you guys think?
Okay, I'm gonna give my opinion on that. Listen, man, we're living in a world where every little thing people get offended by. People are like, it's like offended, like are sensitive about things. And listen, at the end of the day, right, like it didn't hurt him. There's probably the proper reason behind it. Do you know what I mean? Could be time, could be like just he's not supposed to do a certain thing, something they might have talked about before. Like, yeah, man, it's I don't know. But at the end of the day, like it's not like he banged him in the face. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just a little push, like pushed his arm out of the way, walk that way, keep going. Might be safety reasons. Who knows? We don't know. So yeah, end of the day, it's not a big deal. Do you know what I mean? It's a little one of those like. God, man, has no one ever been like punched in the face like before? Like, it is what it is. What it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like it was straight up violence.
Well, you decide. Now this one is quite interesting because I was personally there when it all happened. Back in November 2021, we went to the SB19 pop-up store to buy some merch when Josh and Justin decided to visit. Obviously, all of us got hyped and both boys were just enjoying the moment when this man suddenly did this. Wasn't done because he would then go on to do this. I thought it was normal at first, to be honest, but a lot of fans started pointing it out as overly unnecessary, and they saw Mr. Charles Kim acting as if he owned Josh and Justin. What do you guys think?
Okay, so again, I think people are overlooking, well, not overlooking, I think people are looking into this stuff a little bit too deeply. Like, man, it could be banter, do you know what I mean? Like, people don't know the relationships behind the scenes, you know what I mean? Like, people watch a few clips, or like, for example, people see, if you were there, you've seen this for like a 10-second thing, and you're just assuming, oh, like, why is he doing that? Why is it? Like, it might be banter, do you know what I mean? End of the day, he put a hat on him, like, put his hands up. Like, when you're with your boys, or like with your friends, with your girls, whatever, right? Do you not do stuff like that? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I think people just overanalyze every little thing, like, nowadays.
For me, I'm not really sure. So you decide. Later that day, I got the opportunity to have a friendly chat with Mr. Charles Kim, along with other fans and volunteers. The topic was about having a love life. One volunteer shared she doesn't have one because her standards are so high because of SB19. And the reaction we got from Mr. Charles Kim? Well, it was something we'd never expected.
Yeah, I've got high standards because of SB19.
High standards. Frankly, PGYO mas handsome.
What?
No, sir. SB19. Much better. My heart is for SB19 always.
I'll tell you, when you have a boyfriend, you're in love. He looks handsome, he looks...
Why would he flex the rival group instead of his own? And the way he said everything looks handsome when you're in love just didn't sound right at all. I mean, what the hell was he trying to say? What do you make of this guy?
Okay, again, it could be people's humor. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, maybe he's teasing because obviously she said SB19, and obviously like SB19 signed to his label. Maybe he's teasing. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? And also this thing about SB19 are ugly. He wasn't saying that, man. Like end of the day, what he was saying in the second part of that, like, it makes sense, because at the end of the day, what is she saying? Like, she's never gonna find anyone that doesn't look like one of the SB19 boys, or doesn't act like one of the SB19 boys. Like, how? So yeah, man, I think it's a fair point. Like, if you're in love with someone, yeah, like, they're all handsome, and in her case, and like, you're not gonna see all that SB19. Do you know what I mean? Like, so yeah.
Guys, you let me know down in the comment section. Anyway, the point is, I don't think the relationship between SB19 and ShowBT can be mended anymore. That bridge was long burned, and there's a big chance that the entirety of the Pagtatag Asian Tour will all be cancelled because it is being organized by Blackstar Entertainment, a company that is owned by John Pinto, who is also the GM of Charles Kim's ShowBT Philippines. For me, both sides made a mistake. SB19 overlooked the trademark rules and kept using the name and everything they learned from their previous company after building their own. That's against the non-disclosure agreement. There's also a big chance they hired some ex-ShowBT employees to 1Z, which can also be penalized, especially if they have plotted this way back. These things are not even part of the consequences of their possible trademark infringement case. SB19 is possibly in a very deep trouble, to say the least. On the other hand, Charles Kim and the people behind ShowBT PH might be legally right, but we can't deny that it's also possible for them to be morally wrong.
Alright guys, that's it for checking out the SB19 and ShowBT situation. And listen, stuff with this, we, like the fans, me, like everyone on the outside doesn't know the ins and outs of this, right? And when it comes to this amount of money, when it comes to like the names, and we're talking now like trademarks legally, all of that stuff, people don't know the ins and outs. We don't know the ins and outs of the contracts, what they can, what they can't do. And also we're talking about like what's legally right, what's morally right. And yeah, this is a conversation that really and truly I'm not going to be a part of. I don't think anyone can be a part of unless you're in that situation and you know the ins and outs. So it is what it is, but either which way, it is a fascinating watch. But that's it for the video, guys. I'm going to wrap things up. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment below with some more suggestions. I'll try to check it out for you guys as always, but I'm going to have to love you and leave you. So thanks for watching. Keep yourself safe out there. Have a good day. Have a good evening. And until next time, guys, I hope you have a good one.